HiveMind and the January 2023 LEGO Ninjago sets have just been revealed. I was given access to these images thanks to the LEGO Master Network, so thank you very much to them for providing these. But yeah, I'm here to share them all with you. Now, I know a few of these images leaked a couple of days ago, and I wasn't able to talk about them because I'm in the LEGO Master Network and they were leaks, but now that we have official images, I can finally discuss them, including even sets that were not in those leaks. So with all that being said, let's take a look at them. First, we have Cole's Earth Dragon Evo, which looks incredible. I am so excited for this set. It's been quite a while since we got our last standalone Cole Dragon. There was an Earth Dragon in Hunted that was like a side build in a set, and then he got a dragon in Skybound that was really small. But the last time he got like a nice sized dragon was 2011. Now I think this one's probably slightly smaller than that one. It's probably in between his 2011 and 2018 dragons, but even still, it's very exciting to get. Glad to see Core Cole comes in a cheaper set. It's a bit disappointing that they are reusing the original Core suits. Would have been nice to see new ones, but it's not a huge deal, and hopefully that means a bigger minifigure budget for the second half of the year. These new bad guys look super cool too. Very curious to get them in hand and like see what they're like. But as much as I love the Whippers, I think these guys do work better as just generic villains, and I like the variety in them too. This new like lower jaw piece is very interesting as well. Now Cole's Earth Dragon is still an Evo set. While it doesn't use the SCCBS joints, it still has like the evolution system to it. The unupgraded dragon is very funny looking, but I kind of love it. And then the upgraded dragon actually looks amazing. If this was a normal set and not an Evo set, I would not be able to tell. I love the huge horns coming out the side too, and the printing on that eye looks incredible. Now this set's gonna have 285 pieces and retail for $34.99 in the US. Seems maybe a little bit expensive. 30 or 25 definitely would have been better, but as far as prices go, it doesn't seem the worst. And at the end of the day, all LEGO is expensive now. At the very least, the set is good, which I'm excited for. This might be one of the ones I'm most hyped for. This looks incredible. Then we have Kai's Mech Rider Evo, which is very strange. Now I don't know how I feel about Kai getting another Evo mech, because I mean, he didn't need one, he already had one. This one is different from his previous one, but I still would have preferred for it to go to a different ninja. But even still, I love the idea behind this set. It gives me like Bionicle vibes. The idea of a bike designed for a mech is super cool. And we get a look at a few more of the villains here. This is the Bone King and the Bone Hunter. Bone King is very cool. I love that like mask print on his face. And Bone Hunter's the same one from the previous set. And this new like bone weapon pack too is very interesting. But yeah, Kai's Mech uses the Grey Evo joints, which I was somewhat right about. I made a video earlier this year when the Grey Evo joints set came out, and I said this will be used next year in Ninjago, because they love reusing parts that already exist, so I guess that would be for a Cole or Nia mech or dragon. And it turns out that was not the case here. It ended up being used for a Kai mech, but I was right that these would be reused in Ninjago. This is just not where I expected them to be reused. Also, new like molded finger pieces for the mech, that's very interesting. Curious to see where else that's going to be used. Also, Nia's here, which is cool. She comes in quite a few sets this wave, which is nice to see because usually she's one of the more uncommon ninja. This new giant gold blade looks amazing too. I feel like they make a new giant gold blade every year now, but even still, this one looks amazing. And you can see once again, there is like an actual Evo aspect to this. There is the mech and bike separate, and then here's the two of them combined with the mech actually riding the bike. Yeah, I think this is a very creative set. I wish it wasn't for Kai, but even still, the idea behind it I think is really cool. Then we have one that a lot of people are going to be very excited for, Jay's Titan mech. Now Jay was the only ninja to not have a Titan mech previously, if we count the Firestone mech as the Titan mech for both Kai and Cole. And man, this is really ridiculous but really cool. It gives me like Exoforce vibes, but you have like the giant cannon launchers up top. This like sort of mohawk-like design right here is very cool. I'm curious to see how they built that. This sword is gigantic and oversized, and I love it. And then it's very skinny everywhere else. I do have concerns about like how posable and like stable this will be, but if this thing is actually stable, it does look very cool and very unique for Jay. Not all what I'd expect a J mech to be, which is a good thing. I really like that. Once again, yet another Nia set. You get all three variants of the bad guys here. So here's the last one we haven't looked at yet. This is the Bone Knight, who reuses the crystallized samurai hood, also the Master of the Mountain armor. Same torso as the Bone Hunter, so that's a little bit disappointing to see. Wish there was a bit more variety between them, but even still, I think the new villains just look cool overall. Also, is that like the cow skull piece recolored in red? That's a very cool color for that part. But yeah, very exciting set all around. And also, can't forget, we actually have mini pics here. Not exactly accurate to her appearance in the show. Actually, what do they call her on the top of the box? Just Pixelbot, okay. So it's not Minipix, it's Pixelbot. But it's in line with the Woobots we got previously, and I think that's very cute and very fun to see. Then we have the one I'm personally most excited for, Zane's Ice Dragon creature. And this thing, wow, it looks incredible. Especially seeing it in HD like this, I absolutely love this. These like icy blade wings look incredible. It's that new Golden Blade piece recolored in trans light blue. It has 6 legs too, which is super unique. And this lighter blue color LEGO doesn't use all too often, but I'm glad they used it here because it looks really nice. I kind of wish they leaned more into the blue and less into the gold. I'm not sure how I feel about the gold on this guy, but luckily I think they did a pretty good job with the icy appearance. I would have liked a little more trans blue in the body as well, but that's very nitpicky. I love the head design, and I love that we're just getting a giant Zane dragon. We're also getting Core Pixel reprint in here, which is very nice to see, because I fully expected her to be exclusive to the set she came in previously. But no, we are getting a second way to get her here. Oh, and actually there is another Bone character right here, Bone Warrior, who also has unique torso print. So that's nice to say. I guess there's 4 different Bone characters. But yeah, this is easily the set I'm most excited for. And it has a 2-in-1 with this goofy dragon mech standing up. Now this is very silly. It doesn't look the best, but it's fun. Back in the day, there used to be a lot more sets that were 2-in-1, so I'm glad to see LEGO's leaning into that a little bit more. And I would like to see more of this in the future. Also, I realized I didn't mention prices with the last few sets. Kai's Mech Rider is 312 pieces for 45. That definitely seems very expensive for what you get here. Like, yes, you do get the big wheel pieces, and yes, there's 4 minifigures, but even still, that feels very overpriced. This should be 40 max, not 45, but 30 or 35 probably makes a lot more sense for this. So yeah, price-wise, that's very disappointing. Jay's Titan Mech is 794 pieces for $80. Could that be cheaper? Yeah, but so could everything post-2022. But as far as prices go, I think this is one of the better ones, at least from first impressions. We'll obviously see how the scale is once I actually get it in hand. But yeah, just based on initial impressions, that seems fair. This one's 973 pieces for $99.99, which again seems like a fair enough price. A few years ago, probably would have been $10-20 cheaper, but it doesn't feel like a complete ripoff. Also, I just noticed new Evo Mech torso piece. Very cool. That could potentially be useful. Yeah, just like look at this thing. This thing looks incredible. I'm so excited for this one. Then we have a very interesting set that's just called Creative Ninja Brick Box. And you can see it's a brick box in the same style of the LEGO City ones, and it just comes with all these different pieces to build like this little temple back here, a little training ground, and then a car for Kai and a bike for Nia. That is honestly very cool to me. This is the kind of thing I would have loved as a kid. I used to make things like this just by myself for fun, just like little training areas, silly little vehicles like this. And I guess the idea behind this, it gives you all the parts to do that and gives you some ideas, but it's also meant for you to just build things on your own. And I absolutely love that. You can see there's a reprint of Core Woo as well, which again makes them non-exclusive. The original sort of Fire is still coming in sets, which is nice to see. Also, I think this is the first time I've seen them actually incorporate like the shuriken middle piece into a build. It doesn't look like it's actually included anywhere, but it is on the official box art, which is interesting. But yeah, something kind of interesting in this set is there's 2 new characters, Apprentice Male and Apprentice Female. My guess with these is they're sort of meant to be self-insert characters for like kids playing with this set. Like you could use these figures or take their heads off and replace them with others, and imagine yourself as these characters, while I guess Kai, Nia, and Woo are doing the training. And then also you get Bone Hunter here to be a bad guy. Yeah, this one actually looks like a lot of fun. I'm very excited for this. It does seem a little more streamlined than I was hoping for. I was hoping it would just be parts for like mechs, dragons, etc. But even still, it looks like there's options for some creativity here. And again, we'll see what this is like once I actually have it in hand. And this one is 530 pieces for $59.99. And the next one, coming to the one that actually wasn't leaked. This is Nia's Water Dragon Evo, which is very cool. So number one, this is cool because this means every single ninja will have a dragon under the core line. Now, some are different scales than others. We have 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 big. But even still, I love that we have a full line of dragons now. I don't think we've gotten that ever. In terms of how it looks, I mean, it looks very simple, very similar to Jay's Lightning Dragon from last year. I think maybe a little bit better. I think the way they did this next potentially very interesting. I love the colors on it too. They made sure to make it distinct from Zane's and Jay's dragons. New color for Evo joints here too, it looks like. A lighter blue, that's very exciting. And I also like how the head's very different from the Water Dragon from Seabound. Helps make it feel very different and unique. Yeah, once again, another one I'm very excited for. Like, obviously a very simple little build, but I think it's cute and a lot of fun. Yeah, the way they did that head's very cool. It's just the body's a little bit thin. And I know that's not going to be for everybody, but I don't know, that's just very fun to me. And this one's going to be 173 pieces for $19.99, which seems completely fair to me. 3 minifigures and about 200 pieces for $20, that's about what it should be. And again, happy to see Nia in a cheap set. Now that's not it, there's 3 more sets. We have Kai's Ninja Race Car Evo here. This thing is tiny but cute. I honestly quite like it. I wish there was a bad guy in this set, would give it more of a purpose, because without a bad guy, I don't know how many people are actually going to be buying this set. But it looks fun, and I don't know, it just looks cute. It's like very rectangular, I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, while it's not the most hype set of the wave, I'm excited for it. And that one is 94 pieces for $9.99. Next, with 223 pieces for $19.99, we have Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo, and this is probably my favorite set of the wave other than the Ice Dragon. Now there's 2 mechs here, one for the good guys, one for the bad guys. And number 1, this mech look familiar to you guys? It looks awfully similar to the one I built. Obviously a lot of key differences here, but I'm pretty impressed with like how well I did making a custom one. And I'll probably do a comparison video between the 2 once this comes out. Also, there's a new Lloyd minifigure here, which we'll look at a bit closer in a moment. And then the bad guy mech makes me so excited because I love whenever we get villain stuff because it's so rare that we do. It uses the Evo mech joints in red, which is a new color for them, which again, very exciting. Cannot wait to use those for like customs and whatnot. The bone weapons look really cool, and like the straw hat and everything. Yeah, I genuinely really like both of these. And again, there's a whole Evo aspect to it. And there's a closer look at that golden Lloyd minifigure. Now, was this necessary? Did we need another golden Lloyd? No. But I'm glad at least one ninja this wave got a new suit. Would have preferred if it was all of them, but this is still cool to see. And you could take off this hood and put on crystallized Lloyd if you wanted. Wouldn't be 100% accurate to the show, but if you wanted to give him a suit that matches the rest of the ninja a little bit better, that is an option you have now. And then the final set, at least for right now, we have Jay's Lightning Jet Evo. This is 146 pieces, also for $9.99. And this actually looks quite cool. It reminds me a lot of the Stormfighter. I kind of wish it went for a slightly different aesthetic because it is pretty much just the Stormfighter with some yellow on it. But I think it's genuinely really well done. Very detailed for such a small set. And again, I wish it came with a bad guy just like the Kai set. But as this is more in depth than the Kai set, I don't mind as much that it doesn't come with one. But no, this looks quite cool. And it's another one I'm very excited for. And again, there's a whole Evo aspect to it. The non-evolved version doesn't look the best, but the fully evolved version looks great. And I think that's it for the new Ninjago sets, at least for now. There is one more rumored, I think it's a 4+ Lloyd bike. From the LEGO Master Network, we did not get any assets for that one, but if they're published anywhere else, I'll make a follow-up video to this one talking about that set. But I think that's about all I have to say on these sets. So let me know in the comments which set you're most excited for. Personally, for me, it's definitely got to be Zane's Ice Dragon, and also the Mech battle. But honestly, they're all pretty exciting. None of them are like completely terrible to me. I'm one of Ninjago Core's biggest fans. And honestly, all of these look quite good. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of these in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please just like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos just like this one almost every day, so if you subscribe, you're the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!